You don't get what you wish for in life. You get what you decide for. Let that sink in. There comes a moment in life when you stop negotiating with your future. Stop doubting your ability. Stop waiting for perfect timing. Stop asking what if, and you make a decision, a real decision. I'm going to make it. Not because it looks easy, not because everything is clear, not because life is working in your favor right now, but because you refuse to stay the same. Now listen carefully. This kind of decision is not emotional. It is powerful. It is final. A real decision is measured by the fact that you've taken a new action. Most people never decide. They hope. They wish. They try for a little while, and then they stop. But successful people, they decide once, and they keep going, even when it's hard, even when it's slow, even when nothing seems to change, because they understand something simple. Life will test you, but it will also reward you. And the reward goes to those who stay committed, those who stay disciplined, those who refuse to quit. So in this message, we are going to go deep into the mindset, into the struggle, into the discipline that turns ordinary people into people who make it. Because the truth is simple. The moment you decide, I'm going to make it, your life begins to change. You must make a decision that you are going to move on. It won't happen automatically. Let's begin here with a decision, not a wish, not a hope, a decision. Because there comes a moment in life when you get tired of doubting yourself, tired of living small, tired of making excuses, tired of quitting every time life gets difficult. And in that moment, you say something powerful. I'm going to make it, no matter what. Now listen carefully. Those words can change your future, not because of magic, not because saying them suddenly makes life easy, but because those words change your mindset. And when your mindset changes, your actions begin to change. Success begins with belief. Most people never truly decide. That's the problem. They say things like, I'll try. I hope it works. Maybe someday. But there is no power in hesitation. Power comes from commitment. The moment you say, I'm going to make it no matter what, you stop looking for exits. You stop preparing excuses. You stop waiting for perfect conditions. And you begin moving differently. Now, understand this. Life will test that decision. There will be delays. There will be failures. There will be moments when nothing seems to work. And in those moments, most people quit. Not because they lack talent, not because they lack opportunity, but because they lack certainty. The greatest challenge is not what happens to you. The greatest challenge is what happens inside you. That's where the battle is, inside your mind. Because when life becomes difficult, your thoughts become dangerous. You start asking, what if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if this never works? And if you listen to those thoughts long enough, you stop trying. That's why this statement matters so much. I'm going to make it, not because you already know how, but because you have decided you will not stop. That decision creates endurance. It creates focus. It creates resilience. Because now, failure is no longer the end. It becomes part of the journey. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. And one of those things is continuing when it's hard. Most people are enthusiastic in the beginning. They start excited, motivated, inspired. But when the struggle appears, their energy disappears because motivation is temporary. But commitment lasts. A committed person says, I will continue even when I'm tired. I will continue even when progress is slow. I will continue even when nobody supports me. That's power. Now let's go deeper. When you repeatedly tell yourself, I'm going to make it, something happens psychologically. Your brain starts looking for solutions instead of excuses. Your focus changes. Instead of saying, Why is this happening to me? You begin asking, what can I do next? And that shift changes everything. Because winners think differently. They don't deny difficulty, but they don't surrender to it either. They believe something greater than their current struggle. Your current circumstances do not determine where you can go. They merely determine where you start. Let that sink in. You may not be where you want to be today. You may feel behind, confused, discouraged, but that does not mean your story is over. It simply means your journey is still unfolding. And the moment you decide, I'm going to make it no matter what, you stop becoming a victim of your circumstances and start becoming the architect of your future. Now, let me tell you something important. You must protect this belief because the world will try to weaken it. People will doubt you. Situations will discourage you. Results may take longer than expected, but do not let temporary struggles destroy permanent dreams. Hold your vision. Stay disciplined. Keep moving, even if progress is small, because small progress is still progress. And every day you refuse to quit, you become stronger, stronger mentally, stronger emotionally, stronger spiritually, until one day you look back and realize the struggle built you. Let me leave you with this. Your future will not change until your mindset changes. And one powerful sentence can begin that change. So say it again, with conviction, with belief, with certainty. I'm going to make it, no matter what. Don't wait for everything to be perfect before you decide to enjoy your life. Most people are waiting for the right moment, waiting for motivation, waiting for confidence, waiting for life to become easier. And while they wait, life keeps moving. Days pass, months pass, years pass, and nothing changes. Why? Because success does not come from waiting. It comes from becoming more disciplined, becoming more focused, becoming more resilient. Success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. That's the key. Most people focus only on results, the money, the recognition, the destination, but they ignore the process. They want success without transformation, and it doesn't work that way because the life you want requires a stronger version of you. Let me ask you something. Who are you becoming right now? Every day. Your habits are shaping you. Your excuses shape you. Your discipline shapes you. Your decisions shape you. And eventually, those choices create your future. Now here's the hard truth. When things get difficult, most people stop, not because they can't continue, but because they expected it to be easier. They thought progress would be quick. They thought results would come fast. But growth takes time. You cannot plant the seed today and expect the harvest tomorrow. That's why patience matters. That's why discipline matters. Because success is built slowly, day by day, step by step, choice by choice. Now listen carefully. The difficult moments are the moments that define you. Anyone can stay committed when they feel inspired. Anyone can work hard when results are coming quickly. But what about the days when nothing seems to work? What about the days when you feel tired, discouraged, uncertain? That's where character is built. Discipline is doing what you should do, even when you don't feel like it. And that is what separates winners from everyone else. Winners keep going, not because they always feel motivated, but because they made a commitment. A real commitment says, I will continue even when it's hard. I will continue even when progress is slow. I will continue even when nobody notices. That kind of mindset changes lives. Now let's talk about waiting. Some people spend their whole life preparing, but never acting. They read, they think, they plan, but they never move. Why? Because they are waiting to feel ready. But here's the truth. You will never feel fully ready. Confidence does not come before action. It comes from action. You become confident by doing difficult things repeatedly. You become strong by continuing during hard seasons. You become successful by refusing to stop. The miracle of the seed in the soil is not available by affirmation. It is only available by labor. That means you must work, not occasionally, consistently, and consistency is hard. There will be distractions. There will be temptations. There will be moments when quitting feels easier, but you must remember your decision. I'm going to make it, not because life is easy, but because your purpose is greater than your comfort. Now understand something powerful. Every difficult season is preparing you. The setbacks are teaching you patience. The failures are teaching you wisdom. The pressure is building endurance. Nothing is wasted. If you keep going, that's the condition. Because quitting destroys growth. The moment you stop, you interrupt the process. But the moment you continue, even slowly, you remain in the game. And people who stay in the game long enough eventually grow, eventually improve, eventually succeed. Failure is not a single event. Success is not a single achievement. Both are processes. So trust the process. Keep becoming. Keep growing. Keep moving forward. Even if today feels small. Even if progress feels invisible. Because invisible progress still matters. Stop waiting for a better moment. This is the moment. Stop waiting to become confident. Confidence is built through action. Stop waiting for life to get easier. Grow stronger instead. And remember, every time you keep going when it gets hard, you become the kind of person who eventually makes it. So stop waiting. Start becoming. It's not what happens that determines your future. It's what you do about what happens. Let's talk about a decision. A powerful decision. Not to start, not to try, but to refuse to quit. Because there comes a point in every journey when things stop being exciting and start becoming difficult. Progress slows down. Results take longer. Motivation fades. And in that moment, you are tested, not by opportunity, but by pressure. The major value in life is not what you get. The major value is what you become. And what you become is decided in moments like this. Now listen carefully. Most people don't fail because they are incapable. They fail because they quit too soon. They start with energy. They begin with hope. They move forward with excitement. But when reality sets in, they slow down. Then they stop. Not because the dream was wrong, but because the discipline was missing. And that's where everything changes. Because successful people do something different. They refuse to quit. Not because it's easy, but because they made a decision. I'm going to make it. And that decision becomes their anchor. When life gets hard, they hold on. When results delay, they stay patient. When doubts appear, they stay focused. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines, repeated every day. And one of those disciplines is continuing when you don't feel like it. Let me ask you something. How many times have you been close? Close to giving up, close to quitting, close to walking away. But something inside you didn't let you. That voice, the stronger voice, said, keep going. That voice is your potential speaking. Now here's the truth. Every successful person has felt the same thing. Doubt, fear, exhaustion, uncertainty. But they didn't obey those feelings. They obeyed their decision. And that is the difference. Because feelings change. But decisions create direction. What you become directly depends on what you decide to do repeatedly. So let your decision be clear. I will not quit. Not when it's hard. Not when it's slow. Not when nobody is watching. Because quitting always looks easy in the moment, but it creates regret later. And regret is heavy. Now let's go deeper. The road to success is not a straight line. It is filled with obstacles, delays, failures, detours. And if you expect it to be smooth, you will be disappointed. But if you expect challenges, you will be prepared. You don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you bring to the hour. And value is built through persistence. The ability to stay in the game, to keep showing up, to keep improving, even when it's uncomfortable. Now understand this. Every time you refuse to quit, you strengthen something inside you. Your discipline grows. Your resilience grows. Your belief grows. And slowly, you become someone different, someone stronger, someone more focused, someone more capable. Not because life changed, but because you changed. Now let me tell you something important. There will be moments when quitting feels logical. When you think, this is too hard, this is taking too long, maybe this is not for me. But those thoughts are temporary. They are not truth. They are just pressure speaking. And pressure always leaves. But results remain. So don't make permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Stay on the bridge. Don't step off early, because just ahead is what you've been working for. But you will only reach it if you don't quit. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be persistent. You don't need to be the fastest. You just need to keep moving. Because the truth is simple. Those who refuse to quit are the ones who eventually win. So say it again, with conviction, with strength, with belief. I'm going to make it, and I will not quit. Failure is not a single event. It is a few errors in judgment repeated over time. Let's talk about something most people misunderstand. Failure. Most people fear it, avoid it, run from it, hide from it, because they believe failure means something is wrong with them. Something is finished. Something is over. But that is not true. Failure is not the end. It is feedback. Let me say that again, slowly. Failure is feedback. It tells you what doesn't work. It shows you where to improve. It reveals what needs to change. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. Now understand this. Every successful person has failed many times, but they didn't stop there. They didn't interpret failure as defeat. They interpreted it as education, because every mistake teaches something. Every setback carries a lesson. Every disappointment builds wisdom, but only if you keep going. Now let's be honest. Most people stop at failure. They try something once. It doesn't work. And they quit. Not because it was impossible, but because it was uncomfortable. And that is the danger. Because comfort has destroyed more dreams than failure ever has. Success is not for the lazy thinker. It is for the disciplined doer. Now let's go deeper. Failure is not personal. It is part of the process. A seed does not become a tree overnight. It struggles underground first. Dark, hidden, unseen. But that struggle is not failure. It is growth. And your life is no different. You are growing, even when you don't see it, even when it feels slow, even when it feels like nothing is working. Something is happening. Now here is where people make a mistake. They judge their future based on their present results. But your present results are not your final story. They are just information. Your future is not determined by your past. It is determined by your present decisions. So what do you do when you fail? You don't quit. You don't complain. You don't stop believing. You adjust. You learn. You continue. Because that is what winners do. They don't avoid failure. They use it. Let me give you a simple truth. Every time you fail and keep going, you become harder to defeat. Every setback you survive builds resilience. Every mistake you learn from builds intelligence. until one day, failure no longer stops you. It strengthens you. Don't remove the struggle. Remove the weakness. Now, let's bring this home. If you are going to succeed in life, you must change your relationship with failure. Stop seeing it as rejection. Start seeing it as direction. Stop seeing it as the end. Start seeing it as part of the journey. Because the journey to success is never straight. It is filled with twists, delays, lessons, adjustments. And if you understand that, you will not quit early. Now listen carefully. You are not failing. You are learning. You are not behind. You are developing. You are not stuck. You are building. The only real failure in life is the failure to try again. So try again and again and again, because every attempt brings you closer. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is the pathway to success. So don't fear it. Don't avoid it. Don't stop because of it. Use it. Learn from it. Grow through it. And keep going, because your journey is not over. It is just beginning. The major value in life is not what you get. The major value is what you become. Now let's bring everything together. Slowly, carefully, truthfully. Look back at your journey. Not just the easy parts, but the difficult ones. The moments you felt like quitting. The moments you doubted yourself. The moments nothing seemed to work. And yet, you are still here. Still standing. Still moving. Still trying. That alone says something powerful. It says you are not finished. It says your story is not over. It says there is more in you. You are not defined by where you start, but by how far you are willing to go. Now understand this clearly.